Breaking news from just moments ago when a court in France started handing down verdicts against 20 men accused of involvement in the 2015 Paris attacks. A long and complex trial with accusations of crimes ranging from helping provide the attackers with weapons or cars to planning to take part in that attack that killed 130 people. Prosecutors have asked that the surviving member of the group suspected of actually carrying out the attacks be given life without parole, which is the most severe potential penalty. Joining me now, NBC's Kelly Cobiella. To say this has been a long road for families of the victims would be an understatement. What happened today?
That's so true, Chris. So this is a culmination of 10 months of witness testimony and also testimony from the defendants, and really reliving those days in November of 2015, days of the worst terror attack on Paris soil. 130 people killed, many of the survivors and their families still living with the effects of that attack today. And today they heard, finally, the verdict in what has been the biggest criminal trial in French history. 19 guilty verdicts, 19 of the defendants found guilty on all counts they were charged with, one found not guilty. But the key here really was one particular defendant, Salah Abdeslam, a Belgian-born French citizen who was believed to be the only surviving attacker from that main group. Police said that he was meant to be one of the suicide attackers at the National Stadium, where 3 suicide vests were detonated. They say that they found his defective vest in a trash can. His defense was that, in fact, it wasn't defective, that he had a change of heart at the last minute, that he threw the vest in a trash bin, and that he fled. He also testified and expressed remorse, asked for forgiveness from the victims when he took the stand a few months ago. The very first time he's actually spoken about these attacks was during this trial. So the question is, will he now be sentenced to life in prison without parole? That's not a sentence that all of the survivors wanted. Some said that because of his expression of remorse on the stand, that he should get a more lenient sentence, and also because he apparently was not part of the main, was not one of the main attackers. The victims also spoke about just how this affected them, and saying essentially, look, this was not just about a criminal case, it was also about giving them some kind of closure. Chris.
Cobiella, who is in London for us on that. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.